Hello everyone, it's Haysie Simmer. Welcome to my channel. Today I have another episode of The Sims 4 Extreme Ultimate Decades Challenge. So let's get into the year 1321 part 2. Okay, so I'm definitely not the biggest fan of this frumpy hat phase, but I do know we need to start using hats and stuff so it fits the time period. Just not really a fan of the sock hats, but I do know that they wore them. So I might give it a try, and I feel like the prince and the princess would be the ones to bring in the hair. We're covering our hair, and I feel like the prince and the princess would be the ones who set the style when it comes to covering up our hair and veiling and wearing the hats. So the ball is the best place to introduce that because the kingdom is going to be like, oh, wow, we want to look like the royal family. I am not going to change their outfits so I can have a couple of options for our other people. Guys, so I forgot to tell you, well, actually, I forgot. So I went back and watched a few of my past episodes. Nimue was saved from the vampiric curse with her Uncle Connor's blood. So she is actually supposed to be a vampire. So we'll have to do that through MCC. But I am making this her masquerade outfit. I wasn't excited about Nimue. I just had her. She was going to be a part of the 100-Year War because I believe she is going to be an adult then, and I was going to have her and Arthur. I had this whole plan for them to be key characters in the 100-Year War if they made it. Just because she's a character from the King Arthur tales. But I really am loving that we saved her through vampirism. She's not going to be evil or anything. She's just going to be a vampire. But I'm I don't know. This is her normal. I don't know. I'm developing some ideas for Nimue, and this is her ball outfit. How cool. She's kind of like a raven. I think of the poem by Edgar Allan Poe when I think this outfit, the raven. I am only going to have eligible marital people dress up in the masquerade. Everyone else is just going to wear their formal clothes to the masquerade because I feel like that makes the most sense. So someone is eligible, they'll have a mask on. So Yvette's mom, Amy Brewer, was kind of came from warrior type women. If you guys remember when Amy got married, she had an armor outfit on. So I was thinking, we do know her mother was a minor, not a lady, but essentially she was married. Yvette's mother, Amy, married down in classes when she married Pascal. So they come from a little bit higher. So I feel like Yvette, because her grandmother passed away during the vampiric plague, one of the vampires killed her. And then her mother, Amy, obviously was a vampire. Yvette would have those kind of clothes that she gets to work with because I said that the royal family was donating the clothes of everyone who passed. Yeah, so this is what I imagine she's going to wear. And I'm just loving that we're doing a masquerade. So hopefully we can find Yvette a match as well. Even though she's not a part of our main family, she is Halia's niece. And I would love to see her have a happy ending, or at least an ending that progresses. maybe it doesn't have to be happy because I play a little chaotic. I just want to show you this photo. This baby right here is the illegitimate child of Prince James, who overthrew the kingdom, and the witch from the coven, Adriel. If you guys go back and watch any of the 1310s videos, this child is the product of their magical union. She definitely used magic to conceive him. The king wanted to, he didn't it's a baby. You know what I mean? So the king, once all the evil people were eliminated from taking over the kingdom, he is essentially raising this baby as their son. I have no idea what its name is, but look at how he's holding the glitch and the baby's crawling on him. I just think that's really funny because he's kind of possibly evil. I haven't decided yet. So that's kind of funny. Also, guys, so technically they're not married yet. So I'm going to have them go to the ball. So Ashton gets to go as well as Adelaide. And Lady Adelaide is a princess, guys. Her mom was Lady Eleanor, who passed away during the vampiric plague. I forgot what color her eyes were. Her dad is Tiara's brother. Tiara is the younger sister of Adelaide's dad. So Adelaide Roderick married Princess Eleanor, who is the prince right now. That is his older sister. So technically, if women could inherit the throne, Adelaide would be queen. As well as she comes from the Merlin line, which is the OG original king of Merlin was the OG original king of Avalon. So that's why Victoria did the whole uprising, because her dad didn't let her inherit the throne, even though she was the firstborn twin out of her and Vladimir. Victoria didn't get to inherit the throne, and she thought it was because she was a woman, but really it's because Merlin saw into her heart and knew that she was evil. So he passed a law saying that his firstborn son could inherit, and that started the whole thing that we did the plague and all that. But technically, Adelaide would be queen. Actually, Princess Eleanor had sons as well, and Adelaide's grandmother, Bella Gothic, whisked them away, and they're currently living in the magic realm, but they're technically eligible to be heirs to the throne too, because, I mean, even though the princess didn't inherit, they are a part of the royal family, both on the Merlin side and the Lionheart side, because their mother was the Lionheart princess, Eleanor, and their father was Lord Roderick Gothic. So technically, that could go on later on. I was thinking about using that kind of plot for the 100-Year War, being, it's just something I was concocting. So I'm putting a note in it so you guys remember now. Okay, so here is Ashton. I'm not putting a mask on him because he does not see himself as eligible. He fully does not see himself as eligible because he loves Adelaide. And Adelaide, I made her dress in the healer robes, the healer gown, and a mask to match. But I think their love trope is going to be why do you feel so unworthy of love? And because Ashton feels unworthy of love, and Adelaide feels unworthy of life, because she was cursed so young with the dark magic that she feels evil. So even though she's not, she's such a good person. So that's going to be their little love trope. So this is what I had for Lancelot. I feel like he wouldn't have really overdressed. That's not really his personality type. He wants to be a knight of the kingdom and stuff like that. So I just put him in a more decorative green shirt that maybe he would have found amongst the donations. But I also gave him this tartan cape that I think he was wow, this kind of looks like House Alder colors. He got a new pair of pants. And then I think he would keep his hat on just as a comfort item. And then I gave him this really beautiful green mask. So I thought Emma Brewer was dead. She is not. So Yvette's mom is still alive. But this is what I was talking about, how she wore a warrior little outfit. Yeah, she's still a vampire. My bad, guys. So Henry, like I said before, is the biological son of Euphema and Calvin's brother, which is why Calvin married Euphema whenever she was pregnant, whenever his brother passed away. I kind of put him in that plague doctor mask because that is how Vladimir came into the kingdom. So I imagine it might be amongst the items that they get to put on, but I just feel like he'd be the type of person that would wear it. So Robin Hood would definitely, well, he's Merriman, but he's Robin Hood, guys. He would definitely use this opportunity to add to his little ensemble of if they're getting to get these free clothes, he definitely would be looking for items he could repurpose later. So a guard uniform is right up his alley for sure. For sure, because it's something he could take pieces of and get to later repurpose for his nefarious plans. So I hope you guys are okay with me showing you everyone's outfit. I just kind of want to know you guys to know who everyone is and what's available before we get into the ball event. She grew up with the Alders who were stolen away by their dad, Jedediah. So Eliza and Robin Merriman, they all grew up in a campsite, and they basically were rob the rich to feed the poor, but they didn't know Jedediah was a really bad guy. So they kind of all like band together to raise their kids. But I gave her like this outfit because I feel like she would be cheeky, flaunting items that she stole because her and her brother still kind of rob the rich. But she did dress very like demure. I'm gonna actually put a little bit more jewelry on her because I just feel like she would be super cheeky. So this is an earring. I feel like she would be cheeky, flaunting like items she stole without it being kind of super obvious, if that makes any sense. Because no one is gonna know whenever they see her. They're not gonna be like, "Oh, she's the one who stole my items." Like, I would like to think that she wants to be a lady, so she just like takes odd jobs and like swipes things from the rich who have more than everyone else. But that is her little outfit for the ball. So this is definitely not on par with the kingdom. I'm not sure if I'm going to put something in on that layer, but this is Naomi. This is Calvin's daughter. She always looks like Cinderella, and I get her confused for Eliza often, but Naomi, I think, hit it off really good with Lancelot, and I just feel like she might be so bold. I don't know. I'm going to look at a few more options I can add, maybe to like tame it down a bit, but if anything messes with like the overlay, there's not much I can do. But I am kind of loving this option. That's not I mean, okay, so there is something I can put on her to like tone it down a bit. I definitely feel like she would wear something like more startling than expected from her. I don't know where the green comes in, but I feel like it ties in with the gold. I don't know. You guys might think this is really ugly, but I just feel like she normally looks like Cinderella. So I kind of, not Cinderella. Yeah, like the dirty Cinderella, in the maid outfit. So I kind of thought it might be fun to spice up her look. I don't know. Now I feel kind of, I want to know what this even went to. Yeah, I feel like this is really cool. I just got to find something that goes with it and doesn't ruin it. Okay, so this is Naomi's outfit. I changed it. I just really think that Lancelot is gonna like be like, "Who's that girl?" Hidden, like I hid her hair and everything because she is very noticeable whenever you see her short hair. I think any character would recognize her, so I wanted to give her a little bit more mystique. So, if you guys didn't know, the whole plot of the ball is so Christine can find a husband, um, hopefully with the prince. If they hit it off, I'm not going to force it, although she's always wanted to marry the prince, and he did have a crush on her as a child. Now, you guys remember her mom is a seamstress and a weaver, as well as Christine has some skills of her own. So I feel like they would have just gotten as much of the fabric that they could. The reason, by the way, she billows out like this is because she's short. All my Sims who are shorter have like, so while I know this dress is not historically accurate for the medieval times, this is a medieval inspired fantasy. If you guys didn't remember, my Let's Play quickly turned into a fantasy. So this is how Christine normally looks. She always dresses in the royal colors because that was like her because she grew up in the palace as a lady in waiting to Princess Taryn and essentially like a playmate. If you guys remember, I said the queen had struggled with pregnancy and her nursemaid and nanny essentially was Ellen, who is Christine's mother. So when Ellen passed away in childbirth and the queen heard about it at the archery tournament, she reached out to Connor, who was Christine's dad. He did pass away, and she offered to sponsor their family in the castle if they wanted to like work as servants. So Connor ended up becoming an apprentice underneath the master carpenter. Christine became a playmate and lady in waiting, and helped out with the kids with Princess Taryn and Prince Augustin. Ashton did as well, but Prince James and Prince Augustine were mean to Ashton, so he grew up to resent the royal family, and Christine wanted to be a part of it. So they just had different experiences. But now, as you guys know, Christine and Ashton patched up their differences. Ashton, just kind of grew up with a lot of anger, and I do think it had to do with his mom not being there whenever they grew up. So once he got over all that, I think he'll be happy for his sister if she ends up married to the person she's always wanted to marry. And I'm just adding, oh, that's cute. I want to add like little fine details to make it like very intentional, that it's special. Maybe like we do blue. A blue is a forget-me-not. So we can pretend these are little forget-me-nots, and it's like her way of letting him know it's her without giving away the masquerade, because he's not going to know who anyone is, because his mom whisked them away when the vampires came and he was still a child. So I'm kind of trying to find like little things that maybe he would recognize her, like if they have their own like subplot, essentially, where when they played as kids or something, I can make up like something, I'm sure. Maybe the queen gave her like a necklace or something because the queen did favor her. Just trying to find something that makes sense. That might be a little too fancy if you think about those being all real sapphires. Pearls are kind of cheap. I mean, a rosary. Maybe the queen gave her one of her favorite rosaries because the princess wears a rosary. So maybe the queen gave her, because they are like childhood best friends. Like even Princess Taryn came to the Alder household growing up. So maybe she did give her like a rosary, because the queen lost a lot of kids and Ellen helped. Christine's mom, Ellen, helped the queen through those moments. So maybe like that was just like a friend to her and she wanted to like give her daughter something special. This is a fantasy, so it really doesn't matter. And I just kind of want like there to be like little storytelling elements. Maybe not the forget-me-nots. Maybe just that. And then I can find something nice for her hair. But I want to take special attention to Christine because I am hoping that they have charisma and hit it off. But I am not forcing it. If they do not get along, I wish I had this. Like, I wish I had the correct piece for this because I want so bad to have a character, but I'm gonna have to look up that creator. I'd love to put her in a crown. I hope she is the one for him. Ooh. Hello. Not for her, but for Adelaide, because Adelaide has the white in her hair. That's good to know. Maybe it was just like missing gloves. I don't know. I think this is all I can do for Christine because I am very limited on what I have in the game, just because I want to have other options for other decades. So I think this will be Christine's Cinderella dress. So this is Morgan Alder. She is the sister of Gemma, daughter of Jedediah and Tamara. And Gemma's passed away, but she is Nimue sister. I think her eyes are blue. I'm going to have to delete these eyes from my game. I do know Halia gave the Alders green eyes, so her eyes wouldn't be green. Gemma gave them blue eyes, and Jedediah and Jacob have golden eyes, like golden brown. I feel like Morgan had brown eyes, so we'll just let Morgan keep brown eyes. So I'm gonna quickly just add some lashes to her, but she grew up with the Merriman, as I told you guys. It looks like she has like either vitiligo or scars. I don't know which one it is. I think it's vitiligo. Yeah, so she grew up kind of like out away from people. So this will be kind of like her coming out party as well. She loves Robin. If you guys remember me telling you guys that whenever we checked in on Gemma and Jedediah and Lancelot, and Morgan, because they were all the ones who left, she was like not crazy obsessed, but she really liked Robin. So whenever her sister passed away, she tried to like seek comfort in Robin because she wanted to marry Robin, but Robin loved Gemma. They definitely were connected. And Morgan is just slightly younger than them. Now she's of Marian age, so he could marry her, but there is like no real connection there as of, well, that we've known. But I feel like she would want to be noticed by Robin really bad. So she would probably go for a more bolder color. and then change up her hair and all that. And maybe hopefully catch his eye at the masquerade. I feel like that's something she would hope for. So we're going to go green for her because obviously it will enhance her beautiful red hair. Why is she giving Maid Marian? Maybe she will capture his eye, but she is totally giving Maid Marian. So maybe he'll see her as the woman she's growing up to be and she'll catch his eye. I don't know, but she is of marrying age and she does need to get married. I feel like it's a slap in the face to Gemma, but they do have that connection, and all Robin did was kiss Gemma, but they were planning on running away together because he loved her wild spirit. But it doesn't mean his love can't evolve and he can't fall in love with Morgan. I just don't like the fact that they're sisters, but that wouldn't be like an uncommon thing in like a fantasy romance. So we have that. But we have to do a roll for Gwendolyn because it is Gwen's birthday. And I know Gwen has green eyes like her mom. So yeah, so she gets to be a part of the Kingdom of Avalon celebration ball. If she survives her death roll, I'm just going to age her up in CAS because it'll be easier. As long as she doesn't roll a 7, we get to age her up. She is the only daughter that survived from Jacob and Halia. So to me, like, I'm just saying, Frederick, I will not save any of your children because I already lost Gemma and I had plans for Gemma and I grew attached to Gemma. Gwendolyn is the only surviving child. I promise if she does not survive her role, I will use my 1 decade save. Because if you guys remember, I said each decade I was going to add rules. Last decade, I decided I can save 1 sim from death. I will save Gwen. She is going to age up. She is going to live happily ever after. I will save Gwen. And it's literally the first year of the decades. So I hope the dice is with me today. And we do not get a 7. Yes. Okay. So Gwen ages up. Now, I hadn't really found any rules I wanted to add for so this is like, I'm entering we had the first decade, second decade. So this would be the 3rd decade. I haven't really found any rules that I wanted to add. You guys, look at how much Gwen looks like Halia. I put her in one of Halia's old dresses that they would have kept around. But guys, she looks so much more beautiful than Halia. Her and Jacob's jeans were perfect. I literally just pulled her chin down 1 adjustment, which is perfect. Oh my goodness. I mean, she might not be gorgeous to you guys, just to me, probably because I based Halia on myself. But Gwendolyn is gorgeous and I will die to protect her. I will not die. And I will fight to protect her. Guys, I might cheat to keep her alive, at least so she can die of old age. So she might get a pass from me, guys. So I'm going to give her just like a cold weather outfit and then an outfit for the ball. And I'll show you guys in a second. So her normal formal outfit will be the dress her mother got married in. This will be her normal formal. And then I'll do something for the masquerade. So with her being a new teenager, I just don't really see Gwendolyn having a developed sense of style. So I just put her in a really like a nicer green dress where she could have gotten. But all of our girls are ready. These are our family girls. They're all ready for the masquerade. And I'm really excited about that. So I have a household of Sims that you guys might recognize because they are from my other series. Madeline and Cassandra are from my Progressive Era series, which I did save my save file, by the way, guys, and some of my CC. So I would like to do that again one day when I have more time. And Nicholas, and for some reason it also says his name is Madeline. So I'll adjust that. But this is a Dr. Hilton from the Crybaby Whims challenge. And this is Nicholas from the Crybaby Whims challenge. But they are not those characters. So if you see them out and about, don't think, hey, he's a bad doctor who malpractices on people. No, they're just going to be peasants. But they're all eligible for marriage. So since we do have some single guys and girls in our family, I just kind of wanted to toss in some Sims I already made that I like their features and just put them in the masquerade as well. So I'm going to quickly have them all ready and we will see where we end up. Madeline is already in a lovely dress, so I'm just going to put a mask on her. This is Cassandra's dress. I really like it. I think Cassandra looks amazing. This feels a little silly, but Nicholas is all dressed up in his finery. And Dr. Hilton was renamed to Cameron Hilton. So that is what he looks like. He is not eligible. Well, actually, you know what? He is eligible for marriage. So we will go and just plop a mask on him as